Hi guys, it's Daniela again and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing something very different for me. So basically, around like 3 months ago, Samantha Ravndahl uploaded a video where she did her foundation in reverse. So after I saw that video, I really wanted to do it and see how it looks, but I just didn't. So today will be the day where I actually do it, and I'm kind of nervous because Samantha Ravndahl is very like natural with her makeup. Like, for example, she uses really light coverage, and I wouldn't say I do. So let's see how it works on my skin. So yeah, I really hope this goes well and I don't look like an idiot on the internet. But yeah, hopefully this goes well, and let's get started. Hi guys, so I've already primed my skin off camera. I used the Too Faced Hangover RX primer just so it could really sink into my skin. And now, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is colour correct. I'm going to use the Urban Decay colour corrector in pink. I'm going to do half of my face. So I'm going to do my under eyes and around my mouth, and then leave this part blank just to see if there's a difference using this technique. Samantha Ravndahl doesn't colour correct, but like I do normally, so I want to see if it works with my normal steps. For concealer, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C3. I am using the same amount that I would usually use. I do usually go in twice, but I'm not going to do it now just because if I feel like I need to, once I put the foundation on, I can. Now what she's doing is getting the concealer and putting it on like a pencil brush, and then putting it over where she needs the coverage. And then she's actually blending it out with her fingers, so I'm going to do the same. So now that I've done that, like, I do feel like my skin is a lot more even. So now what I'm going to do is go in with my liquid highlight. This is the Makeup Revolution liquid highlight in liquid champagne. And I'm going to use my beauty sponge from Sigma. So I'm going to put this on my like cheekbones, down my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, just everywhere where I usually put highlight. So now what she's doing is putting bronzer on. So I'm going to do the same. This is the Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick. I'm going to use the contour colour. I wouldn't really say it's a contour colour. And I'm going to put this on my forehead, on my cheeks. Let's see how this works. I want to see how this blends with no foundation, because I know how it blends with foundation because it blends really well. So I wonder if it's going to blend weirdly without foundation. Okay, yeah, no, blends fine. So even she has to, like, in the video, she's like, this looks really weird. And I'm not going to lie, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, this looks really weird, this looks patchy, it's not like blending out. I put too much bronzer, contour, whatever on my nose. Great. Okay, so usually I would actually go in with a bit more, especially on my forehead, but like I feel like it's very intense. I don't know if it's just like me, but I feel like it's really just harder to blend. Now she's going with like a cream blusher, but I'm just going to use my liquid one. This is by Bourjois, and you've probably seen it in a lot of videos recently. This is the Healthy Mix Sorbet Blush in Apricot, and I've been really enjoying this. So what I'm going to do is go in with a brush. So I am going in with a little bit more bronzer. I'm kind of just doing that and then going in a little bit. So far, I feel really weird, if I'm honest. I feel very like exposed here. So now she's going in with foundation. She's going in with the MAC Face and Body foundation, which obviously I don't have. That's quite a light coverage foundation, and it's a lightweight foundation. I don't have anything that I would say would be that light. So I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Coverage HD foundation because I know that I can sheer this out. I am going to use a really light layer, and I'm going to use my beauty blender. The reason why I feel like I'm not going to use that much anyways is because like my cheeks are pretty covered already. So I feel like the coverage for me is really going to have to be here. So now she's starting as well, and she's starting down here, which is where I feel like I need to start, and that looks like a lot. Oh my god, why does this look like I put so much foundation on? Okay, I'm going to try and take this everywhere. That looked like I had like a ton of foundation on, but I really didn't. This is like a pump and a half, not even a pump and a half, which I do feel like I shouldn't have even used a pump, but I did. So this is how it looks so far. I can still see definitely that I have like a blush on and a bronzer. I can still see that I've got a highlight. It's obviously not as like blinding as it was before I put foundation. It looks fine. It's covered up okay. It's covered up my skin, like it doesn't look terrible. So I feel like her cheeks look more bronzed, blushed, contoured, because she did use like a lightweight foundation, where mine is like pretty medium to full coverage. But obviously it is my fault for not using a lightweight foundation, but I don't have any. So my thought so far is that it looks okay. If you're looking for something super natural and not intense, yeah, this looks very natural. I look like I'm wearing hardly any makeup. I do feel comfortable. I don't feel like I haven't got any coverage. So I just watched a bit more of her video. I do feel like Samantha's skin looks more structured, in a sense of I feel like she used more pigmented products. For example, I can see her bronzer, I can see her blush more, and I can actually see her highlight more than I can see it on my skin. Maybe editing Daniela would be able to put her little opinion in. Yes, I can see it on my skin, but I feel like on her skin it just looks a tiny bit more intense. It looks good, don't get me wrong. I'm sounding like I don't think it looks good. I do think it looks good. It's something I would wear if I really wanted just like a really basic natural look. I do feel like I could have gone in a lot heavier with the bronzer and the blush. So with this trick, I do feel like it's really good if you've got a really heavy hand as well, because I've got a heavy hand. With this product, this is really buildable, and so I do need to build this up for it to become more pigmented and noticeable, where with this it's pigmented straight off. So like this trick is really good for this kind of product. I feel like this is a look I would wear every day. If I wore makeup every day, I don't. So to me, if I'm going to put makeup on, I'm going to go in either full glam or do like my own version of natural glam. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know whether I'm going to come back and do like this side, my usual cream liquid kind of method, or if I'm just going to powder this and talk to you about how I feel about it. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll be back in a minute. So I've just come back on quickly just to show you the difference. So this, I have removed all my makeup here. I have nothing left. And this is the side where I did the reverse foundation method. So yes, I look a lot more flawless here. Obviously, I'm a bit red here because I've just been wiping my foundation off. So yes, you can see a difference. Like my skin looks a lot more polished on this side. So I'm going to go off camera and do my usual cream liquid routine, and then I'll come back and show you the difference. So, hi guys, so I'm back. So what I did first was go in with my liquid highlight, which I always do anyways when I'm using liquid highlight. I always put it under foundation instead of over foundation most of the time. Like sometimes I'll put it over, but it's usually under foundation. So I did that, went in with foundation, then went in with concealer. I used a Makeup Revolution concealer and then a little bit of the e.l.f. just for a little bit extra brightness, and then it looked quite different and odd to this side. So I did use a little bit of the e.l.f. on this side just to kind of even it out so it doesn't look so different. And then I went in with my bronzer, contour, whatever, and then my blush. So I haven't actually powdered anywhere, and I'm still creasing really badly on both sides. So now just looking at my face and seeing the difference. Okay, I can tell you now, this side looks more intense. This side you can definitely tell that I've got more bronzer and blush on. However, I always go over this side of my skin with my beauty blender anyways. So technically, I'm going over with my foundation, so that's toning it down anyways. So I did that today because it's just what I usually do. So with that, I still see a difference. I still see that this side is more intense. I can see more of the bronzer and the blush. This side just looks a bit more like it's coming from within instead of actual product. So I do have to say this side looks more natural and it looks less done, if that makes sense. So I can now see the difference. I thought I wouldn't be able to as much, but I can see the difference. So the question is, what do I prefer? I don't know what I prefer. I really do like both sides. I like both sides for different reasons. I like this side because it looks more natural and more like just skin-like, and like I haven't done a lot to my skin, and I've got a heavy hand, so this is like a really good technique for someone like me. Where with this one, I still like it. I like this look still. So I like both methods. So it really just depends on what you're looking for, what method you think would be quicker for you. So I like both methods. It just depends on what you like and what you want. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to give me a thumbs up, some comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.